Right here I'm talking with Jørgen, the CEO of the Lego Group. So nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Andreas. Thank you.
This has been an amazing day here in Billund. We've seen so many nice places, the factory, the idea house, the new Lego house. So what is your favorite place here in Billund? Your office?
No, it's definitely not my office. Well, that's a very good question. For me, it is the factories. I love walking the factory. I find the process deeply fascinating, and I never get tired from that. I'm not in the factory every week, of course. So I think apart from that, I actually really enjoy the walk from this building that we're in, where my office is, and then the little footpath leading down to the inner part of Billund. And as you watch it very carefully, there are many old historical artifacts of the history. So you feel a little bit the old Lego, the Lego of the 70s as you walk down that road.
So they told us we are allowed to take photos, to see anything, but don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Leave the bricks where they are.
Yeah.
So as a CEO, you're allowed to take bricks?
I don't know. I don't do it because I think that's inappropriate. If everybody else is not allowed, I'm not allowed. And I think it's really about respecting the quality that goes to the child or the consumer, the fan. And so everybody must respect those rules.
It's amazing to see all the bricks and the machines, and it's very, very impressive. So we are here, and first of all, I would like to tell that you're a CEO since 12 years.
Yes.
And in the beginning, this had been a hard time for Lego.
Yes.
So what happened by then?
Well, about that time, I think Lego had been through about 10 years that had been quite difficult, and there had been quite a rapid expansion into new business areas. Some of them turned out to be a good idea, some of them maybe less so. But the point was maybe also that even if they were a good idea, they were done too fast. I think a company can only expand into new areas relatively slowly. So the company was quite unsuccessful, it became unprofitable, and by the end of the journey it had too much debt and was in a very difficult situation as a independent enterprise.
So many things happening by then. You have reduced the bricks, for example. Was this a hard decision to make? You have to talk with all designers, I guess.
Yeah, I think I was lucky because when I came into the company, I was not brought in as a CEO. I was brought in to help the management, developing the company. And one of the jobs I got was to really work through how we did our manufacturing and logistics and how we did our product development. And that was where it became quite apparent to me that our development process was a little bit out of control, in that we simply produced too many parts. It was no longer the Lego idea. We were just making any other product. And so from that sort of grew the idea that we need to somehow get back to the famous Lego system of old days, the building system where everything fits together, and reduce the number of platforms, and within the three major platforms of Duplo, Lego and Technic, to really establish a building system where everything fits together and not too many variations. And so I think when you explained that to the designers in the beginning, some of them didn't understand it because they were hired under a different condition. But many older designers understood it really well. And there were some of the very old designers who have now retired that I worked very closely with in that period, people who had been part of inventing Lego Technique and Lego Duplo. So they had this history and understanding of the company's journey, and I spent many hours drinking coffee with them, understanding the Lego building system. Then it also helped me meeting with the fans. I met with several members of Thousand Steine in Germany, but also at Brickfest and so on in the US. And these people also told me what they were looking for from the Lego product and in the building system, and it really helped me understand what we needed to do.
I've been in Skybeck last year,
Yeah.
and it was amazing that there was a video message of yours. So you
Yeah.
told them, I'm really sorry, I'm in New York right now.
Yeah.
So, but this is important for you to meet
Yes.
adult fans.
Very, very important, and Skærbæk has been one event that I've almost every year been participating in. I learn a lot from it. I mean, I think the analogy I often use to other people when they ask me why do you want to talk to the adult fans, isn't it a little bit of a shadow market or something like that? I say, look, I mean, these are guys like me. I also love Lego, but they're also in a way an extreme expert user of the product. So if you are a BMW and you want to create the ultimate driving engine, you know, the best car, then don't ask me, who maybe thinks it's a cool car and I like to drive it, but I really can't drive it to the limit. Go to the racing drivers and ask them, is this really truly a great car? What can be done to make it an even better car? And that's what I learned from my interaction with fans of Lego of all ages is, what are you looking for? What could we do better? What's missing? What are the things that you're really passionate about? So it gives me a very deep understanding of product.
We've been at the press conference this morning, and the last year has been amazing, awesome for Lego as well. So I guess when you start, I'm really sorry, this has been in my dark ages, maybe because this Lego wasn't good, by then. But now everything is really, really great, and was thinking, what could be even better in the future?
Well, I'm very happy with where we are at the moment, but I think for any living brand, any living product, there's always some things you want to improve and change. You know, what do you want to do with what's the future of the character and creature building system that we use for the Star Wars figures? What can we do as an extension of Nexonites? What's the next step after Lego Dimensions? There are so many interesting things to continue to explore for us in the years ahead. So there's always something exciting to look into. And then, of course, I think reaching many more children is something that really matters to us. It matters to our owners who are firmly convinced of the value of play and learning. And they given me the mission of trying to reach as many children as possible. And that will be quite a long journey, I think, ahead for us to ultimately one day, hopefully, engage every child in every country in the world.
I have a wonderful little daughter at home. She's 4 years old, and she's always telling me, Papa, I would like to play Lego Star Wars. So she thinks that Star Wars is Lego. So I would like to ask you, did you call George Lucas a few years ago and told him, come on, give your company to Disney so we can release hundreds of new Lego sets in the next years with all the upcoming movies?
No, that I certainly did not. I was quite surprised by it. But we've had a good dialogue with George Lucas over the years, and he even helped me at one point in the late 2000s. I think it was 2008 or 9 when we wanted to make just a little recording for our own employees to talk about the spirit of Lego, because I think he really has a very good understanding of what it means to tinker, what it means to be creative and build things. And so he did that. So I feel there's a lot of shared value around Lego building and George Lucas and Star Wars. And we've worked with Disney for many years and have a super collaboration with them. So for us, it has been a good solution to secure the continuity after George Lucas decided that he personally didn't want to continue.
The last movie is an amazing movie, so we're looking really forward to the next ones. But I have to ask you something. So my staff told me I have to ask this because we're all Trekkies.
Yes.
We all love Star Trek.
Yes.
And Star Wars as well. But would you love to do Star Trek somehow too? Because there's a new series, there are new movies as well.
Yeah. I think the question has come up a couple of times, and you never know. Maybe you should ask Julia Golding. So far, there are no plans for it, unfortunately.
Okay, and I will show you a minifigure. Last year, I bought the very nice town square set with the tram, and there's also a Lego store, and there's a minifigure inside, and many folks think, hey, this is the boss, this is the CEO, right? Look at him.
It is me, that's true. I appear in a couple of different sets, but I have to admit that this face was not modeled after me. This face, I think, was just there, and then somebody said, that must be you, but it was done a long time ago.
So you're fine with that. So are there any dreams you have? I mean, you're the boss for 12 years now, and it's really a blast right now.
Yeah.
So there are so many things, new movies, the new Lego movie, Batman, it's going on and going on.
Yeah.
So, but is there anything you would love to do in the future sometime?
Yeah, I think there's still some products that I dream of we can do in the future, which I can unfortunately not reveal at the moment. But I think there's some products I'd really like us to do with greater success in the future, and I'd really like to make sure that we become that sustainable company that we have also talked about today, the renewable energy, the sustainable material, which I think is a pretty interesting big challenge. I'd also like us to see even more Legolands around the world where people can really have a playful Lego experience. And then I'm very curious about how this whole digital revolution, the Internet of Things, is going to change our company, both in terms of how we do our work, but also the products we produce.
I was wondering, there are many themes out there right now. There's a new theme, Nexonites. Is it possible to produce all the themes of the future with the capacity?
Yes, it is. We have expanded quite aggressively our manufacturing capacity, and of course the numbers are also becoming very large, and I'm confident that we can continue to expand in line with our hopes for growth in the future.
And my last personal question, I hope you would love to answer. I think you have 4 children at home, right?
Yes, correct.
So I think the CEO has 4 children. It's kind of a Legoland at home.
Yes.
And you play with Lego as well?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mean, right now we are testing Angry Birds. We started last night. There's constantly something going on.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.